All right, welcome back to Unguided Punks, where it's your host Dom. Cam is not here again. Um, but Rob, take it
I
over.
am not. I am not Cameron Belzaire again. I am Rob. It's just
Cam's, what is he wrestling? He said.
he has a job. Yeah, so they probably called him in last minute again.
I
So
mean, yeah.
he's not here. Yeah. But he is here in spirit, as you can see. We still love Cam.
Well, no, we still do love Cam. Um, I think we'll open up with World Cup because I think that's really a big talk
Yeah,
uh,
especially the game today. That was pretty
right
fun.
now. So I I said USA or Mexico was my pick to win, and I did underestimate Belgium. Belgium did give USA a game.
I
And,
mean, I said this at the start when you said that. I was like, bro, as soon as the US meets like a half decent team, and this Belgian team is ass, by the way. They are garbage. As soon as they meet like a half decent team, they're gonna get caught out, and they got belt to ass 4-1. Just whatever, you know.
and I know I saw something today where Pulisic suffered an injury from
I
that
mean,
game.
Pulisic is, I guess American fans are gonna hate me for this, but he's garbage. He has not been good since his first season at Chelsea. So I don't know where the LeBron of football came from. You know, like that whole narrative that the media is trying to paint. He's not good.
I would say, if anything, you want to say, if you want to say the LeBron of football and the Jordan of football, it's Messi and Ronaldo probably. Let's
Yeah, like
be
the best
honest.
players of football were Messi and Ronaldo, and no one else comes close. Well, you can say the Pelés and Maradonas, but
Well, I
that's
mean, it's Pele. I mean, Pele's fucking.
no. Messi and Ronaldo are better than Pelé. And maybe I'm saying this because I grew up with them. Someone that grew up with Pele is going to tell me that I'm an idiot, but again, it's a generational thing. It's like
Well,
Michael and LeBron.
you know how I am about Maradona. Maradona played for Napoli, so he's arguably one of my favorite players of all time. So
Yeah,
I love
these guys I
Maradona.
didn't grow up with, so I'm not going to say
Friend of
anything.
mine, a friend of mine from work, because at my job, on Fridays you get to wear jerseys because of the
Mhm.
World Cup. She wore the next day on Saturday when I saw her. She wore was it Saturday? It was either Saturday or Sunday. She wore the Argentina Maradona jersey, and I was like, you know what, I should buy a Maradona jersey.
You can probably find a Napoli jersey in like a retro store or something, but it's going to be pretty expensive.
It's going to be expensive, but also on top of that too, it's also going to be Italy jerseys, all international jerseys. Won whatchamacallit. I can't take you seriously with this picture, Rob.
It's going to stay on, by the way. We do miss Cam, and we need him. Cam, if you hear us, come back, man. We miss you here.
Um, the one thing, and you definitely know best. If you get like compared to like so like for example, the shirts we're wearing. So like this is an XL. I'm wearing my red Cena shirt from 2011.
Mhm.
This runs as a 2X. If I get a 2X in Italy, it's really an XL. So it's gonna be a little bit shorter on me. Gonna be a little tighter.
Yeah, you can definitely find a store here in the US, but the thing is, like, US resellers aren't necessarily the greatest. They get you like the low quality stuff. So
No, not at all. I mean, but there's some nice jerseys out there. I definitely want to get even though they weren't in the World Cup, I do want to get an Italy jersey from this year.
mhm.
But
I mean, the Italy jersey was beautiful. I remember.
I like the Italy jerseys this season.
Mm.
But then on top of that, Mexico lost to England 3-2,
That
and
was such a good game as well.
it
Oh my
was a really
gosh.
good game. And I was gonna make a joke. I was so tempted to post this on Instagram, but I didn't. I think I said it in the Inside the NBA group chat. I said England beat Mexico. Now if Italy was in their position, it would be Euros 2020 all over again. And I was gonna post that on my story, but then I realized that I have a lot of friends from work who are Mexican and are Mexico fans. And I knew they were gonna just come at me and be like, "Oh, how many times has Italy not made the World Cup?" So I was
I
like, you know
mean,
what?
I already came at you. I was like, bro, we are not starting this Italy at this World Cup thing. Like, let's not do that. You cannot beat Bosnia. You are not gonna beat England.
To be fair, Bosnia did get belt ass by USA, so
It all works out then. You know.
it all works out. But the one match I was very surprised was from Tuesday. Switzerland beating Colombia, and I actually had Colombia winning that game. So I was very surprised.
I mean, it was that was arguably one of the most boring games that I've ever seen, like on a World Cup stage. And it's just you would expect Colombia to win it. At the same time, Switzerland, it's Switzerland, but it went to penalties. Even the penalty shootouts were fucking ass. That whole game was a mess. So I
It
almost want to
was.
say I don't care about it. You know.
It was. I was just very surprised because I thought Colombia this season was pretty fucking good. So I was very
They were good. I think me and my coworkers were kind of talking about it before the World Cup started. We are like, Colombia might be the sleeper pick. You know, you never know.
yeah. Then today we had France versus Morocco, which I honestly, after seeing that they were going to play Morocco, I knew France was going to win.
Nah, people underestimate Morocco. Morocco is a good team. It's just France is ridiculous. They are
That's why.
quite literally ridiculous. Like this team on a world level, they're just too good. And any team that's going to face them, be it Argentina, be it England, be it anyone that comes out of the rest of the brackets, it's like you're going to get belt ass. Like genuinely.
Yeah.
Like this is way too good of a team, and you're going to be way too good of a team for the next decade, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, Mbappe was doing what he has to do. It's
Him on a World Cup level is just incredible.
do
I have
we
never seen a
see
player like this.
do we see France versus Argentina happening?
The way it's set out, I'm guessing, yeah, that's the most likely final. Now, would I want Argentina to go to the finals?
No.
Personally, no. No, it's no shade, but I just don't like Argentina at all.
Uh,
So can Switzerland do something for me? Who knows? Maybe
I mean,
not.
if they did
But
something with Colombia, I think they could do something with Argentina. With Argentina.
yeah, it's trash versus garbage at this point. You know, it's like it's whatever.
Then
But
tomorrow.
oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish up your
No,
thought.
I was gonna say like Norway, England. That's gonna be a really good game, especially because Americans have finally discovered Haaland,
I don't
which
know.
is
I
very
knew
funny.
how good Holland was.
No, not you, but I mean like at least like casuals in the U.S.
No,
People that just watch
and I'm saying
international
this,
football.
and I'm saying this as kind of a casual soccer fan. I knew how good Holland was.
Yeah,
I just
he's been
was
giving
very
my
happy
team
that
belt to ass for the past like 2-3 seasons. So I'm like, I hate him, but he's such a likable dude at the same time. It's like, oh, no,
he's like funny for no reason.
yeah, he's funny as shit.
He's
So,
like
and he's a good dude as well. So I'm like, well,
he's like the Kawhi of soccer. I feel like where he's just like he could be a funny guy for like no reason, but
we,
anything he does is just insane.
we are going to talk about Kawhi later, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's finish
But
up with the World Cup stuff, though. Yeah.
but tomorrow we do have Spain versus Belgium. Do we see Belgium do we see Belgium winning this game? I mean, Spain has been really good too. So it's
This game's going to be boring as shit. I'll tell you this right now.
I mean, I'm
'Cause
barely gonna watch it. I'm gonna be at work, but I probably am gonna catch some of it during my lunch. So I mean,
is it like I know that tomorrow I got a photo shoot. I'll put it in the background. But yeah, this game I don't expect much from it. Like my thing is, like I said earlier, Belgium is just ass, and then Spain. A part of me feels like I overestimated them, or I'm still thinking about the Spain from a couple years ago that were just like dominating teams, 1,000 passes per match, like going left, right, scoring. Yamaldis, like, it's not the same team. Other like countries have figured them out, so they are a more boring side than they were a couple years ago. So this game is just gonna be whatever. I think it's probably
so
gonna be a 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. It's not gonna be incredible.
so Belgium,
Spain,
Spain.
still
All
think
right.
it's
I
gonna be
mean,
like a 1-0 Spain win.
I think England Norway is going to be the best game out of all four of these matchups.
Oh, yeah,
Out of
definitely.
four matches.
England Norway has the potential to be good. It's just I don't trust Tuchel to put out a decent team and have fun. You know, he's a very pragmatic manager, so it's like you're not gonna
Yeah.
enjoy his football.
And I just realized both the Norway, England, and Argentina, Switzerland game are on Saturday.
Oh wow, we are getting close to the finals. The finals is in like 10 days, I think.
The finals is set for July 19th. So
Oh, 10 days.
my brother's birthday is the finals.
It's also my boy Dev's birthday, so shout out him if he ever watches this.
Not
Not,
Dev,
not Tetro, not Tetro, the other Dev. Split hair.
Afro Dev.
Yeah. You call him Afro, I call him split hair. Yeah.
I call him Afro Dev because that's like how I know him because he has the
Yeah,
long
yeah.
curly hair. So World Cup wise, do we see? I mean, there's so many opportunities. You could see Norway versus France. You could see England versus France. France versus Argentina. Argentina versus Norway. Argentina versus England. There's so many different matchups that we can. There's so different. There's many matches we can see happen for the World Cup final.
Oh no, the World Cup final doesn't. The only options we have for a World Cup final, because it's like separated in two brackets.
Well, there's the third. I know there's the third place playoff and
Yeah,
the final.
third place, and it's whatever. We don't really care about that, I'll be honest. So the only options for a final is France, Norway, France, England, France, Argentina, France, Switzerland, or Spain, Norway, Spain, England, Spain, Argentina, or um, Spain, Switzerland, or Belgium, depending on who qualifies.
Give me France, Norway.
France, Norway would be fun, but after the group stages, I don't believe in Norway to beat France in any way. So I'm like, who cares? I think this is France's World Cup to lose, honestly. There's no one on the other side that can really pose a challenge except maybe England or Norway. So I'm like, wow.
You know what we should get for the World Cup final?
If they get to the World Cup final, we are going to have uncomfortable conversations for certain countries, by the way.
You know
Because
what we
if
should have in the World
you,
Cup final?
man, I'm not even going to let you finish. I'm not even going to let you finish. Let's move on. NBA talk.
Italy, France. Listen,
Leave me
man,
alone.
dude, 20 years ago today was our last World Cup win. I was a year old when they happened. That's crazy to say. I was a year old when they won the World Cup.
Shout out Zinedine Zidane with the headbutt.
Yeah.
Deserved, but still.
But is there anything else you want to touch upon with World Cup before we move on?
We can talk about the Golden Boot race, which is actually incredible right now. I think Mbappe is leading, but Messi and Haaland are right behind him. Kane should be like a goal or two behind as well, and I think Dembele has 5 goals, 4 or 5 goals. So
I kind of
it's a very
forgot how
interesting
good
one.
I kind of forgot how good Kane was. I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching the England game, um, against Mexico. I was watching. I was like, I kind of forgot how good Kane is as a player.
In a just world, he wins the Ballon d'Or this year, but because he plays for Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga, people kind of underestimate how good of a player he is. So bit of a shame, but yeah, it's whatever. The media's never going to give him his credit.
Yeah, but now we move on to the NBA segment. Actually, no, because we did touch upon NBA earlier. Let's save the NBA for last. What I want to touch upon first is before we get to WWE talk. Little segue side note. The new season of X-Men '97 released last week. We touched upon it last week, and yesterday on my birthday we got the second part of Rise of Apocalypse, which was the third episode. Now this is the fourth episode. Man, can I just say that is arguably I think Invincible is incredible, don't get me wrong. But I do think, and this is not coming as a Marvel fan and an X-Men fan, this and not and no biasness, but I think 97 can be better than Invincible for the fact of storytelling.
I haven't watched either or, so I can't say. I'll be honest. I'm not a huge comic book guy. I don't know the story of Invincible. I don't know the story of the X-Men. Like anything I know is mostly through movies, and Invincible doesn't have any movies. So,
And
and
then
I'm
with
not really
X-Men,
interested by the show. So,
and then X-Men, you have like X2, Days of Future
yeah,
Past, stuff like that. I think as just a pure comic book fan, I think, like I said, Invincible is incredible, but I do think that 97 is better for the fact of I think the storytelling in that show is better because they make everything feel important. And I'm not saying that Invincible doesn't do that, But I'm saying, I was going to say spoiler alert, but by the time we release this episode, it's going to be next week. So people are probably going to already watch Ep.4 of X-Men. So I don't want to spoil it for you, Rob, but I'm going to have to. So
I
Magneto,
don't think I'm ever gonna watch it, so you're good.
so Magneto dies due to the hands of Apocalypse, but I don't think Magneto's dead. And a lot of us have been saying, I've been seeing a lot of things that think Magneto's dead. A lot of people say that he's not dead. I said it right when he died because me and my brother were watching it. I said right to my brother, Magneto's not dead. I think what they're going to do is Magneto's going to come back and he's going to be a villain again. But I think what they're going to mostly do more is adapt Onslaught. And for those who don't know the Onslaught storyline, I highly recommend to go look into the Onslaught storyline. Like Rob, I know you're not into. I think if you want to get into Marvel somehow, I think X-Men's a good place to do it.
Okay, good.
I'm
Because
saying
I heard like
John.
Marvel in terms of comics, it's really the X-Men, Fantastic Four stuff leading it, but like the Avengers aren't necessarily the best part of it. Or am I wrong? Because I know
I
Spider-Man is Spider-Man,
I
and
mean,
he has his own
Spider-Man's a good staple point to read if you want good like solo characters. If you want good solo characters to read, I would say read Spider-Man, Punisher, Daredevil, and to tie in an X-Men in here, I would say Wolverine.
Mm.
But even look at like old storylines featuring like some of the Avengers, like Planet Hulk, um, Captain America, the Winter Soldier, Iron Man, Demon in a Bottle. There's so many good storylines to these to the Avengers, like the Avenger adjacent characters. I wouldn't say Avenger adjacent characters, but the founding members of the Avengers. But I think if you want a good understand, there's a lot of things to read to understand the Marvel universe. You could even just watch the cartoons too if you want a good understanding, or even again the movies if you want an understanding of the Marvel universe to get yourself into watching or reading comics. So I would say for the X-Men wise, if you're gonna look into like watching X-Men, I would say watch the original '90s animated show and X-Men
Mhm.
'97 because I think that will help you understand more of the characters of the X-Men before going into read the comics. Like and they even adapt the comics too. Like they adapt Days of Future Past, they adapt the Phoenix Saga, they adapt what's another comic book storyline I could use. They adapt Apocalypse. So you can read the comics if you're more like if like you watch the episodes and you want to go more into it. But if you want to just like get an understanding of who the X-Men are, I would say watch X-Men and X-Men '97. You can go on to go watch like X-Men Evolution and Wolverine the X-Men because both cartoons are honestly fantastic in their own rights. But if you want just an understanding of the X-Men overall, I think those two cartoons really have it hand to hand where you know like they are I think the definitive I wouldn't say definitive personas but the definitive versions of the X-Men.
Okay.
And I think that's what Marvel should use as their standing point, when they finally bring in the X-Men to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But X-Men '97 is just beautiful. I think it's gonna go down as one of the best animated cartoons, if not the best animated show of the 2020s, even though I do think Invincible is phenomenal. I think both '97 and Invincible are neck and neck. For me personally, I really love Invincible. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. But for the whole nostalgia factor and the whole, more understanding of the characters, I really do think X-Men's the better show. And I think a lot of people really should watch X-Men '97 if they have not seen it. So it's just the show is fantastic. The show is just remarkable, and I think it's one of the best Marvel projects that they've done since Endgame. If not, I think I could even go on a limb here and say that a hot take that I think is the best Marvel project after Endgame.
Ooh, that is a take. That is a hot take.
But I'm not going to because I do think there are other projects too. Like I thought, Daredevil Born Again just phenomenal. Spider-Man No Way Home, phenomenal. Just so many just great movies and everything. But I think X-Men '97 is arguably a top two project when it comes to Marvel after Endgame, even though it's not connected to the MCU at all. But I think that Marvel Studio that is one of the best Marvel Studios projects.
Trying to think about Marvel Studio projects that came out after Endgame. It's very bleak. I'll be honest.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love WandaVision, Loki. I love those shows. Loki's. I haven't watched the second season. The second season of Loki, like I've seen parts of. I started watching it, and it's good, but I think the first season was better. Even though I should actually go back to rewatch Loki season two, or actually and finish watching Loki season two because of the whole multiverse saga tying into Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Um, things like when we're connecting it to Doomsday, I'm like that whole part 4, 5 becomes kind of like obsolete, considering that they kind of just decided it's not important anymore. So it's a bit of a shame, but do these stories matter now? Part of you kind of thinks maybe not. So why would you go watch it if it doesn't connect to anything? Or it's like it's a
Well,
weird situation.
Loki connects for the fact of the multiverse in general. That's why.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like when you're openly saying like, yeah, all that stuff that you watched on Disney Plus and whatnot, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter now. It's like it's moments like that that kind of ruins the whole point of it. And I understand you want to do multiverse so bad, but it's just you should have just recast Jonathan Majors. It would have been easier.
It would, and I will sit here and say that it sucks because I like Jonathan Majors a lot as an actor. So
No, he's a phenomenal actor as a human being. We can start having a different conversation, but
it sucks what happened there. So, I mean, I definitely do think that Doom is a better fit because I think Kang is such a fantastic villain, but Doom is arguably better for the fact of well, one is Doctor Doom. It's one of the most popular villains. I think more people know Doom than Kang, and Doom also has a lot more to do with the multiverse. Like as a pure comic fan and enthusiast, Doom has a lot more to do with the multiverse, as much as Kang does, especially if you look at Secret Wars in 2016. So
it's tough though because the thing that made us fall in love with the original Avengers series is that they took a risk on Thanos. I'm not saying that Thanos is not like number one villain in the Marvel universe or something, but at the same time, it's like you could you're presenting him to a general audience, and the general audience didn't know Doom. Let's be honest; they didn't know most of these characters. They didn't know Hawkeye. They didn't know to an extent Black Panther and stuff. But you took a risk, and that was what made it interesting. You tried taking a risk with King. The whole situation happened, which let's be honest, it was kind of difficult to work around. But you can always recast it. People wouldn't mind. People will kind of just move on and be like, okay, so this is our new king. It's okay. Let's just keep the story going.
I think
Even
Doctor
if
Doom. I think a lot of people more. So now I'm going to sorry to cut you off, and I want to contradict your point with Doctor Doom. I think a lot of people, a lot of more casual fans know who Doctor Doom is.
that's my
Not
thing. That's why I was like, let's take a risk on King. But I think they weren't willing to take that risk anymore because I don't want to say I know what's happening financially with Marvel execs and their productions and everything, but they were making less money than they were previously. So maybe that kind of like swayed them away from it, and they were like, okay, let's go get Doom because everyone knows Doom. So I don't know. That's my opinion on it. They may tell me like, nah, they just switched it because they didn't like King, and I'm like, okay, well, fair enough. But at the same time, could have taken a
and
risk.
and that's kind of like some props I really have to give to Marvel. And I think there's the next segment that we now go into ties into this that a company needs to take risks with doing stuff for these fans to help them out and to please them in a sense. You know, that's why I agree with the whole Rob just looked at me because he knows where this is going to. This ties into the whole, taking a risk with like Kang or even taking a risk with doing. I will say now there was a lot of things that I feel like they shouldn't have done. Like, don't get me wrong, I think Eternals are an interesting group of characters, but I don't think we needed a movie around them.
Should have been a show.
Should have been a show. I think, Grant, I think that the original cut, and I will always say this, ever since I watched the movie. I watched the movie opening night. I remember watching opening night actually too. I went to go see Captain America: Brave New World when it came out, and you could tell with that movie that it felt like it was. You could feel where it was the original film compared to the reshoots, where you can watch something like what was the film that did reshoots? A more film that did reshoots. I would say
Captain
where
America.
it's no, that's not Captain America. Brave New World.
But they did my wait. What was the question? I misheard you.
I said what was another Marvel movie they did reshoots on, but instead of like but even though they did the reshoots, it still felt like that you were watching the same movie. It didn't feel like you're watching two different movies because that's what I felt with Captain America. I don't think Captain America: Brave New World was bad per se. I thought it was good. I give it like a 7.5. I thought it was a really good film. But I think its biggest problem was where you saw that it was two different films that you were watching, where you were watching, like you could know, like you could tell where the film was cut, like where the scenes were cut in. Like Seth Rollins, like you could tell Seth Rollins and the whole Serpent Society was cut in order to use Sidewinder.
Yeah, there was a whole mess behind that. The budget was what was the budget? 400 million for that movie. I'm like, wow, that is
No, the
insane.
budget. I think the budget was like three. I want to say.
Still, it's a lot of money, man. Like
Let's
it's
see here.
a lot of money for the movie that we got. So
Shoot.
the reshoots were shambol. They didn't have a genuine plan. Let's be honest. A lot of these movies, we always hear
The
reports.
budget
Oh, yeah,
was actually 180.
that wasn't that the original budget though?
It
Does
just
that
says
consider reshoots as well? Because I think
the overall budget was 180 million. And
Hmm.
when they started filming, they started filming June 2023, and I can attest to this because I remember watching Night of Champions 2023, tying into, of course, the next segment where Seth Rollins won the World Heavyweight Championship and opened the show because he actually had to leave Saudi Arabia to come back to the U.S. to film.
no, the budget was 371. I got it.
371. That was the final budget.
That was the final budget.
I mean, they made 415
They didn't even
million.
break it. So they are in a massive loss with that movie.
Yeah, I mean, like
it's a shame for Anthony Mackie because he clearly wanted to play this character, represented well, but
I think he does a great job.
He does his job. I'm not saying anything else, but it's like when you go into a whole phase where you're like, oh, let's just introduce a bunch of new characters, let's just introduce a bunch of new storylines, and you don't really have a plan moving forward. You end up with stuff like this where you have to reshoot multiple times. You reach a budget of almost 400 million. Like it's insane. It's a lot of money. People say, oh, they're gonna make it back. It's Marvel anyways, but still, it just means
Granted,
you're not
it's
gonna take
Marvel.
risks anymore.
Granted, it's Marvel, but at the same time, it's like we also know Marvel's track record recently, and it's very much, I feel like when you look at ever since 2021, I mean, Black Widow was good. Again, that's a film where I feel like I wouldn't say it was bad. I thought there was some good parts of it. So I thought overall it was good. I thought Shang-Chi was fantastic. I mean, I really said that it's just the Asians culture's Black Panther, which is phenomenal for the representation. Especially, tying in with Iron Man and the Ten Rings as well. I think we both can say Eternals was terrible. I will sit here and say that Eternals is the worst Marvel Cinematic Universe movie.
No. We have had some garbage movies. Eternals doesn't fall into that category.
For me, it does. I think it's the worst because it's just so boring to watch.
I think it's just mid, and the issue with being mid sometimes is just you fall into this category of being forgotten or forgettable, at least. So
Yeah, and then now I'll explain my reasoning here why I say this. So, besides The Godfather, my favorite movie of all time is Spider-Man: No Way Home. And the reason why I say Spider-Man: No Way Home is my favorite movie of all time is because that made me know how much I love Spider-Man because you finally see the growth of Spider-Man in that movie. You finally see Tom Holland's Spider-Man being worthy to call himself Spider-Man. That's why I feel like his character arc in that movie is perfect for him and it's perfect to build him up. And that's why I think the nostalgia is such a big part for the movie because you take some of the worst villains Spider-Man has fought. You take Green Goblin, Doctor Octopus, Electro, and you give him these obstacles to face, especially with Green Goblin, psychologically tormenting him. But then you have to bring in Toby and you bring in Andrew because, granted, while they were the ones who, they were being served as the nostalgia bait, they were also there to serve the purpose for Peter's character to grow, to realize, listen, just because you're Spider-Man, you know, doesn't mean you can save everybody. You know, saving even if you save everybody, it's gonna come with a risk. It's gonna come with making sacrifices. And I think he realized that, as the whole movie went on, where he was seeing how much damage he was hurting MJ and Ned, where he got his aunt killed. I think that movie. I think people should not look at that movie as nostalgia bait and should look at that movie more as a character piece. That's every time I watch it, every time I get to May dying, I always cry. Every time I see Toby and Andrew, I always smile and become happy. Every time I see all three Spider-Man together, I get happy. But more importantly, every time you see Peter struggle, you feel for his struggle because he's losing everything. And I think that's why it was the tough. I think that's why for him, he had to take the entire movie to give the thought of, do I want to continue to keep these people in my life but hurt them? Or do I just want to continue to live without them? What's the word? It's not the right phrase I'm looking for. Do I want to live? Do I want to continue live with them? Do I continue want to live with them in my lives by hurting them, or should I take the sacrifice to better them?
The thing is, I think the reason it falls into a category of like nostalgia bait is because it comes like at the third movie. That character work, that character study of Peter Parker and being Spider-Man. If you did this in the first movie, it would be the best Marvel movie that we've had, right? Like arguably one of the greatest. The fact that it comes now out of nowhere and suddenly you're trying to like make it seem like, hey, let's bring all these villains back. The guys from Sony, the guys from Sam Raimi. Like let's bring them back together and let's have them fight. Or let's have all the Spider-Mans together. The multiverse look. It does feel like it's a bit cheap, but at the same time, it's like you said, it is a character story of Peter Parker, and it's a great film in its own right. I just feel I just didn't like the pacing. I didn't like some elements of it where I'm like, it's whatever. But it is a good movie for what it was.
And then I mean, just speed running through. I mean, like Doctor Strange, good for multiverse purposes. It's again good film, nothing wrong. Thor, Thor: Love and Thunder, mid as hell.
I was talking to my boys yesterday, and we were kind of like, I said it like this, but Thor: Love and Thunder is such a visually appealing movie for such a god awful script. Like it
I
has so many
agree.
good elements, like visually, the acting and everything. But when you look at the script, you're like, what were they cooking? What was
Uh, on a
happening?
on another side note, Christian Bale just
He's incredible. You have Christian Bale, and that's the script you give him? Like, no, that is just embarrassing. I'm sorry. I can't even respect it. But that's what happens when you try to have a story that it's deep and really serious and you give it to Taika Waititi.
I do agree with that take. I definitely do agree with that take. I will say though, and he could handle the fun, the comedy and the seriousness perfectly. You saw it in Thor Ragnarok. Why all of a sudden?
But this is not the story he knows how to tell. He has never succeeded in this, and that's why I was so confused when they told me, oh, he's coming back, and it was a serious story handled so poorly, and I'm like, yeah, this is what happens. You got the wrong guy for this, and you deserve the failure.
I think they should have brought Kenneth Branagh back. I thought Kenneth
Anyone would have
Branagh.
done. Anyone would have worked. I'm being so serious. It's just this was the worst guy for it, and I don't know what the plan was. I don't know if they discussed what they were trying to do, but I just don't understand why him. out of everyone. Oh, maybe it's because he did Ragnarok, and you're like, oh, he was successful in Ragnarok, so let's give him this. No, no.
I can tell you that was exactly why. I hate to say it, but that was exactly why.
But it's stupid. Then it's a you're trying to have a serious story. You're bringing in serious actors, and you do this. I'm like, what's the point then?
I will say though, at least they didn't make Gore like that funny villain in a sense. They did make him serious.
But that's the issue. It's like he's such a serious character, and then the way Thor acts and the way the story happens, you're like, this is just embarrassing. It's like it feels like it's two heads bashing. One's trying to make a serious movie, the other's trying to like have a comedy, and this is not how you do this. And even like the topic you're trying to discuss, it leans more towards the serious. So why is it so comedy heavy? I don't
It's
understand that.
You know what? I agree with I definitely see where you come from with that.
It's frustrating because I'll be honest, I was excited for the movie. Like this was one I was still excited for any Marvel project really, but I saw that and I just couldn't understand why. Like what happened?
I
Who
will say
decided this?
so. I saw it opening day, so because it came out on my birthday. I just everything's tying into my birthday because by the time this releases, my birthday was last Wednesday. So today,
No, yesterday.
yeah, today. I'm sorry. I'm saying yesterday was my birthday.
Yeah,
So yesterday was the 8th. And we're filming this on the 9th, which is today. So by
yeah.
the time
So
this comes out, which would probably be like
Tuesday. We're releasing
Tuesday,
these Tuesdays.
it would probably be on Tuesday. Um, People are not going to know that it's my birthday. So it's just like,
I mean, no, they would know it's your birthday because the episode came out. Well, last episode came out Tuesday, so we
yeah,
mentioned that it was going to be your birthday today. So,
yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah,
yesterday.
we did.
Hey, by the
So,
way, it is Thursday. By the way, we typically do these on Tuesday, but we
so,
pushed
so
back again.
Tuesday. So before we get to the rest of the Marvel talk and then the rest of the show, we originally we were gonna do Tuesdays like we were doing at WCC. No, originally we did Thursdays at WCC. So it's technically we're actually following original schedule.
Well, we did a New Power Rebirth on Tuesday.
Yeah, New Power Rebirth we did on Wednesdays. So
Is it
that's
Wednesdays?
what Wednesdays was when because it was at 12. We used to do 12 to 1
Oh yeah, yeah. We used to do Tuesday and Thursdays for the show. Well, for Unguided Punks, but
for the
we
pod.
never
Yeah, for the pod.
we never released the episode, so you're never gonna see it.
No, I was talking with Danny. Shout out Danny, and she said, "Whatever happened? What happened to the last episode? To the episodes we filmed?" And I said, "I don't know what happened. We just the files were lost. We could not get a hold of them. It sucks. It really does because we had such a blast filming those episodes in the studio.
It was fun. Yeah, and we had
Um,
like a lot of good shit as well. So some of the funniest clips of the show happened with Vic hitting his head on the speaker.
I
I'm gonna try to insert that clip. I still have that clip, so I'll try to insert it here if I
what the big
remember.
clip?
Yeah, yeah, I'll try to insert it, but
All right, let's take just a 5 minute little pause for you. Insert this.
no, you're good. I got the timer going on my phone,
Oh, okay.
so I know exactly where we are. Yeah.
So just cut this part out with me saying the whole.
We're keeping it. I'm
This
not
is
editing this
unguided.
like crazy.
This is unguided punks. Whatever.
I'm lazy as shit, bro.
No, I will say my favorite editing job you did was episode. Which one did we just release? 3 or
We
4?
were the three.
We did release 3. So this is
Yeah,
episode 4.
I didn't do any like major editing for 3 yet.
I will say my favorite was episode 2, where you were at the Brazil game and me and Cam. me and Cam
That was a fun episode to edit. I'll be honest.
listed all of our sponsors, and then you cut it out with a black screen and just said that we are not sponsored by this. I hate you too.
We are not sponsored for shit. You guys are gonna get us in trouble, by the way.
Quick ad break.
Okay, buddy.
No, seriously. But back to our Marvel conversation, which honestly, actually, another side note. I got speaking of my birthday, I got Lego Batman Legacy of Dark Knight for my birthday. The new Lego Batman game.
Mhm.
It is phenomenal. This game is legit Lego Arkham.
I was trying to get it, but I was like, I don't play games enough to be buying new games every day. But it's like I'm not as big of a gamer as I was, so I don't ever buy a game on release.
That's fair. But back to the Marvel conversation. Wakanda Forever. Now, I really like Wakanda Forever. I thought Wakanda Forever was a good film, but I definitely don't think it's better than the first Black Panther. Ant-Man and the Wasp, I understand they were going to use that as the grounding or like the focal point, not the focal point, but more so the ground setting for Kang, and then the whole major Jonathan Majors thing happened. But overall, we're not looking at anything really like storyline. I'm talking about movie wise. I thought Ant Man and the Wasp is mid as hell. I just think it's a mid movie. They're not Ant Man. Ant Man and the
The
Wasp.
second?
Ant-Man and the Wasp,
Oh,
Quantumania. Ant-Man and the Wasp is okay at best. It's not. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Like when I mean Ant-Man and the Wasp is such a filler movie. It's such a filler movie.
is it? I
Like
mean, but that happens. Like when you have such a big universe, every now and then a movie's gonna be filler, you know.
yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
And it's no
But
shade. Like it happens.
if you really think about it, I mean, both Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp are technically filler movies to the MCU because it just introduces a new character to the larger setting universe. Granted, Ant-Man was more so to set up, when you look at the end of Ant-Man, it sets up the whole Civil War with Ant-Man getting called in for Civil War, and then Ant-Man and the Wasp like deals with starts to deal with the Infinity War stuff when Thanos snaps. So, granted, it had the connections, but I think overall film, like the overall film in general, it was more of a filler. With Ant-Man and the Wasp, I like what they were trying to go for with incorporating Kang and using that as the setting the ground for him. But it didn't quite work to their advantage, and then the whole Jonathan Majors thing happened, and that whatever. Guardians Volume 3, I will forever sit here and say that is a movie that anytime I watch it makes me cry from beginning to end. Just beautiful. I think James Gunn is remarkable. I've said James Gunn is remarkable. The Marvels,
Yeah, whatever.
it's fine. I said this the last time. It's not a bad movie. I don't think it's a good movie either. It's fine for what it is. But Deadpool and Wolverine, and I've said this so many times. Deadpool and Wolverine, remarkable.
Just fun.
Um,
Nothing more. It's just fun.
I love that film so much. But then I want to get into Fantastic Four because I need to rewatch this film. I've only seen Fantastic Four twice. I saw it in theaters. I was supposed to go see it opening night. On a quick little side story, I was supposed to go see Fantastic Four opening night when it came out, but because Ridge Hill and Alamo were so packed, we just didn't go see it. So we ended up going. So we ended up going surprising. We ended up going to Bolero and surprising Philippe, Vic, Nat, Danny, because they all went to go bowl. They went to go bowling. So we went to go surprise them, and then like the next week, it was me, my friend Billy, shout out Billy, my friend Manny, shout out Manny, and my friends Colin and Gabby, shout out Colin and Gabby. We went to go see it, and no pun intended, I do think the film is fantastic. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. When I first saw it, I gave it a 10 out of 10, but because that was my honest review, coming out of it, I gave it a 9 out of 10, only because I'm not a big fan of the pacing of that film.
I gave it a 7, and I think I was being generous at the time. Um, thank God you guys didn't see that, but
They probably did see it, so if it cuts in, then just cut it out.
oh no, you're gonna stick with that. You're gonna live with that, buddy. I'm not cutting none of that.
Oh no! But I'm really excited for Spider-Man, which does come out in what 2 weeks, I think. So I'm really excited for Spider-Man: Brand New Day, and I'm excited for Doomsday, and then of course X-Men '97 out. So I'm happy as a Marvel fan. I can never be happier. And I was saying this one of the last episodes. I just don't remember which episode it was, where like sometimes like my mind plays tricks on me, and it's like I know how much I love Marvel, but then when I watch Marvel, I forget how much I love Marvel. Like, you know what I mean, Rob?
Fair, I can see that. No,
There's like a word for it,
what would be the word for it?
but now speaking of companies that should
Wait,
be
wait, wait,
listening,
wait. No, but before we get into it, because I don't want to get mad now.
no, nope, too
No,
bad, Rob. We're
I don't
getting
want to
mad.
get mad. I don't want to get mad.
We're
Before,
getting mad.
today we got the trailer for Dune Messiah.
What was that? The third one now?
That's the third one, and I'm gonna say it right here, right now. The fact that Avenger Doomsday is coming out the same week, I think, or the same day even, is an embarrassment for Marvel because you cannot be putting Doomsday slop at the same time as Messiah peak. Like what I've seen from that trailer, Denis Villeneuve, I will say it right here, right now. You are top five directors of this generation.
Oh,
For
Dennis Villanova or how you pronounce his last name?
Denis Villeneuve.
Wait, how?
Villeneuve. Villeneuve. Villeneuve.
Villeneuve.
Yeah. So for me, he's top five directors. Once I'm gonna watch the movie, I know it's gonna be incredible. What I've seen visually from the trailer, it is one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen. It
What was
looks.
the other movie he did? I'm sorry to cut you off. It wasn't Blade Runner. There was
He did.
another
He
movie.
did. He did Blade Runner. He did Blade Runner 2049. He did The Arrival. He did Prisoners. He did. What
What's
else
the
did he do? He did the Dune trilogy.
not Blade Runner? I think maybe it was Prisoners. I'm thinking. I really like Prisoners. I thought Prisoners was a great film.
He's an incredible director. Genuinely so good. So, and also in terms of directors being incredible, Robert Edgers, the trailer for
Yes.
Werewolf came out, and that looks so good as well. Oh my God, movies.
Isn't Robert Eggers? He's the guy who did Nosferatu, right? The like
Nosferatu. He did The Northman.
that
Was it The
film is
Northman?
so good. That film
Northman
is
is fun.
so good.
It's fun. It's very fun. He did the Witch or the Witch. I don't know the correct pronunciation for it. I'll be honest. And what was the other one? Nosferatu, the Witch. But I forgot the name. The Lighthouse. There we go. And anyone that hasn't watched The Lighthouse, I always recommend it.
That's a great film.
What you
Okay.
say?
I have to. I have to do this now. I already had Cam do this. Now I have to make you do this now. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
What happened?
So, now to go into our company because I want to see Rob get mad.
Our company, but buddy, I am a soldier of AEW. I am a soldier of AEW.
Okay, then, pal.
I'm done with that company.
Okay, pal. You keep saying that.
I'm done with that company, buddy.
You keep saying that.
I'm
So
seeing the rerunning Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. I'm like, nah, buddy. It was 10 years ago. It happened 10 years ago. I'm done.
so
Reheating matches for the Shield, bro. I'm done.
wait, what was the joke we made? Shield chair,
The
shield
Shield
power
chair,
bomb.
the Shield bomb. That's the Shield fist. Oh, he fell Shield style on the ropes.
Oh no, Shield walking down the stairs.
No, we're rerunning these same nachos from 10 years ago. Move the fuck on, please. It is done.
Anyways,
Uh,
before we get to what had happened this Monday, what I saw on Instagram was Joe Hendry, because I follow Joe Hendry on Instagram, posted a picture of the Intercontinental Championship, so I'll put it up right here. Don't want anyone to see who I follow.
he
Posted a
follows
picture.
porn stars, guys. I'm just telling you right now. You're not denying it.
I am denying it. Anyways, Rob. Lucky his fucking kids. Lucky I don't spear him next time I see him, which might be next week.
Look at that. I'm being threatened on the show. My life is threatened. I'm
Okay.
gonna use this clip to sue him.
Fuck you. I was rewatching Ep.4. No, Episode 3, the episode we had Meeks and Chris on, and where I turned the camera to what's his face to Cam because he like said some stupid shit. I just started like fake punching him,
Oh,
and then I fucking cut. And then the next thing I see is I cut to you and Meeks doing the sexy Dexy dance.
sexy.
Nah, I love that kid. Shout out Meeks and shout out
Meeks.
Chris because I know
You
he's
gotta
not
get Chris on at some point.
Nah, I think whenever we try to get Cam back on, I think Chris should be great.
Cam, Philippe, Vic. We need to get the game back together, you know.
Nah, dude.
Philippe, I'll be honest, these guys are hilarious, yo.
Nah, Philippe. If Philippe was on today, so Philippe was supposed to be on today. If Philippe was on with us today, let's just say you would have heard the most obscene, funniest shit in the entire world. Okay, Rob saw something.
No, just oh, shit. I'm just on my Kindle. I'm buying books. Sorry.
I got you. So SummerSlam is coming August 1st and 2nd from the U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So that is the Minnesota Vikings Stadium. And we have 4 matches right now. So we have Liv Morgan versus Io Sky, Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar, and inside Hell in a Cell. Inside Hell in a Cell, I can't speak. Roman versus Seth for the World Heavyweight Championship. We're most likely gonna get. They can't see. I would say you can't see it.
Yeah, I think they see it now. There we go. You can't even send them to hell because we got to send him off world. Well, we actually can't keep him here. He has to leave. Like put him on the rocket, send him there. Like there's no
I think we
land.
should put fucking the actual others on there.
No, we just got to put everyone involved in that company and just like send them to the fucking moon or some shit, man. Like leave us alone.
But the reason why I show that Joe Hendry picture because Joe Hendry's going to be in a gauntlet match this Monday night, or next Monday night on the 13th. So actually, by the time this airs, so this past Monday on the 13th, Penta will be defending the WWE Intercontinental Championship against the winner of the gauntlet match. So the gauntlet is Ethan Page, Rusev, Chad Gable, Dominic Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, and Joe Hendry. I love Ethan Page. I think Ethan Page is just, I've said my praises for him. But with what has happened the past month, Chad Gable needs to dethrone Penta.
If it's not Gable, then they have lost their minds. They have
If it
genuinely
is
lost their minds.
the only way, and I will say this right now, the only way if it's not Gable is if because apparently they want Penta's the front runner to win Money in the Bank this year, which I love Penta, but I don't think he should win Money in the Bank. If Chad doesn't defeat Penta, I think Chad gets Money in the Bank.
I would still keep Chad in the mid card for now, because I want to see how far his character has developed, and I think that should take a bit of time. What they should do if Chad's not winning the gauntlet match is have him come in first and actually eliminate most of the guys, so that we can kind of like build his momentum up. And if he loses, and then the person that beats him goes on to beat Penta, then we can have that rivalry between the two, and like that would be very interesting.
Ethan Page versus Chad Gable. That's a rivalry I would like to see right there.
That would be awesome. And I think Ethan Page would be the good counter to Chad Gable's character, and it would make him really fun to watch.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to come to the camera because I had to clean something. My bad.
Other than that, really, like unless it's not if it's not Gable, it has to be Page. If it's not Page, then it has to be Gable. Like no one else.
I mean, like, listen, I love Dom, but he has had his time.
Dom has to fucking go to AAA and be something. Be a man, bro. Like, leave this whole Liv Morgan storyline. It is god awful. It is not helping you. It is not helping Liv. It is not helping the Judgment Day. Just fucking stop it.
Now, speaking of Judgment Day, now let's tie into Saturday night's main event. That's coming next Saturday on the 18th. By the time we film this, by the time this releases this upcoming Saturday, Danhausen versus JD McDonough.
Next match.
Wrestling, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not even commenting on that. Next match.
And then we have the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. So Paige and Brie will defend against Fatal Influence. That's going to be a fun match.
If Fatal Influence doesn't win, then what are we doing?
I agree. Now, here's my thing going back to SummerSlam. And I'll get back to this in a minute. Let's start off with Monday. Sami Zayn, 9-day reign as champion, shortest next to The Miz in 2021. Cody gets injured. You have my GOAT CM Punk come back, my second GOAT my third second GOAT behind this man.
Wait, third, second ago? Wait, what? so he's like third in the in the second. Wait, I'm like, wait, what happened? I swear to God, we're not doing these drunk. It's just like we're having such a good time. The Dom's like disappeared from the screen, by the way.
Oh my gosh. I just realized this is like the fucking second episode in a row. Oh, no, wait, did I wear a red shirt last episode? I can't even remember what the
I
fuck
think I wore a black shirt as well. I'm not sure.
I can't even remember what the fuck I wore.
We're not dirty.
Anyways,
It's been a week, we promise.
Jesus. Um, fucking just turned 21 yesterday, and I still feel like I'm like 20.
I mean, you've been 21 for less than 24 hours.
You're not facts. Actually, no, I've been 21 for
48 hours, almost 48 hours. So.
Yeah. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yes. Sami Zayn.
Yeah, Sami Zayn. There we go.
So I said it that I love Sami Zayn, but we knew he was not getting the reign with this title.
He should have.
He should have. 9 days as champion.
He should have held that title for a long time, or at least until Rumble, maybe.
I would say he's a good friend of mine, but this kid I'm cool with, he said to me, I'm not here if for Sammy to hold this title. I'm not here for a long time. I'm just here for a good time. You're here for a good time. 9 days is your good fucking time.
9 days is not a good time, by the way.
Same. If you want to make another point, Drew McIntyre. However, how long did Drew hold it for? What, like 50 something days? Not even.
I don't even know, man. It wasn't long either.
That was, yeah. It was like fucking. Not actually, no, not even. That was like 30. I think the reign was like 30 days.
This company has failed its workers, and I'm being dead ass. Like it's actual like workhorses, the guys that go in week out and try to make this something. They have failed them. And
There's only one guy that I can just always praise. Two guys actually, because I think with him now as champion, I said that he was the only good part when we started to see the decline during this point. I think Seth and Punk, you could still argue as the workhorses of this company because they're still coming in week in and week out, doing what they do.
And I'm seeing a lot of fans saying, "Oh, Punk, he's like The Rock.
He's not The Rock,
and it's not the same thing.
It's not the same.
It's not the same fucking thing. The Rock is a part timer. Punk went on vacation, bro. He went on vacation for like 2 months.
I was just about to say that. Are we really gonna? And this is why I fucking hate the internet wrestling community. Because they just say the stupidest shit in the world, and they're never happy. They're never fucking happy.
I mean, we can fall into that category of never being happy, right? But at the same time, we actually have like critical thinking with this.
Exactly.
If you're comparing Punk to The Rock, then you have lost your mind. You have clearly lost your mind.
Punk won the title, November 1st, and he dropped the title April 19th.
He went on vacation for 11 weeks after being a workhorse for like a couple months.
Exactly.
And now he's back.
Making WWE somewhat enjoyable from that period during this period of time. That's why I said somewhat.
He did his job. He did what he could with what was given to him.
And that's why I'm happy to see him with the Undisputed title. And he's going to go to SmackDown, which I saw a report that now Punk will be going to SmackDown, and they're going to be centering around Punk. The whole show is going to be centered around Punk.
Which SmackDown needs the help. It's just a bad show, SmackDown. They need anyone they can get to like try to push ratings up. So,
which now ties into which now ties into this actually, what I was going to say before with SmackDown side of things. Besides the mid-card titles, there's nothing worth watching on SmackDown.
Yeah, even the world title scene is awful.
There's nothing besides the U.S. title picture, and to a stretch, I'll even say the women's U.S. title picture. There is no.
You are generous with that. I'll be so for real.
Dude, I said that Tiffany Stratton can be as good as Chelsea Green with that title. Which, on another side note, Chelsea Green, I said this last week, Chelsea Green as a face helping Tiffany Stratton. I still don't see why, but sure, okay.
Anything for springtime, guys. Anything to get on TV. This company is so frustrating, especially after the last night AEW. I'm like, bro, you guys are so fucking behind. Oh my fucking god! I mean, we'll talk WWE and then we'll touch up on AEW, but it's like, bro, the difference is insane. Because one thing that happened this week that genuinely irked me to my core, Sheamus is gone. They released, oh, not released, but Sheamus is not resigning.
And WWE even tried.
They tried restructuring his contract. They tried pulling that bullshit. The New Day said no. Sheamus said no. And once you lose guys like that, and you're getting guys like Enzo Amore and
Okay,
Big
why are we
Cass.
bringing Enzo Amore and Big Cass back? There is no purpose to bring Enzo Amore and Big Cass back. I have no problem with Big Cass. I said I had no problem with Big Cass. But by fucking bringing back Enzo Amore, are we fucking serious? I will throw this fucking granola bar across the fucking room.
I don't have issues with Big Cass as a guy. Like if you want to bring him, sure, why not? Like he can fill up the mid card, even though your mid cards are back to shit. But I'm like, when you're sacrificing guys like New Day, Motor City Machine Guns, guys like Tommaso Ciampa, like, and you bring in this as your replacement, I'm genuinely questioning what you're trying to do.
Oh, now you reminded me of something too with tag teams. The Vision again as tag team champions.
Can we send him to Jupiter, or am I asking too much? I think I'm not asking too much, but I don't know, because Braun Breaker is now Ryback. he is now Ryback, by the way. They have absolutely killed him, and we don't even give the Street Profit the opportunity to make this title relevant. Dom is gone. Dom has left the screen again. I wish you guys could see like both the screens at the same time. It's like hilarious as shit. But yeah, WWE is. Dom has no comment.
Props to Sammy and Punk though for actually giving a banger of a match on Monday. I'll say that. Whenever those two guys are in the ring, even when they did the Elimination Chamber qualifying match, they put on a clinic. I will give them that. On top of that too, Sol Ruca versus Raquel Rodriguez, amazing. Sol Ruca, you're really seeing her come out of her shell. You're really seeing her be a workhorse on this roster. So I'll give props where props are due. But now tying into back to CM Punk and SmackDown. The plan going into SummerSlam is to do Cody versus Punk. That's fine. I'm 100% fine with that. This is a dream match we've been waiting for. But if Cody wins this again only to drop it to Randy, then there's no purpose. And this is coming from somebody who loves Cody. I think Cody is remarkable. I adore this man. I adore Punk. I adore Randy. But there is no purpose to have CM Punk hold the title for not even a month and have him drop it back to Cody, only for Cody to drop it back in a month.
I'm trying to hot potato the title. And as much as I like hot potatoing titles sometimes,
there's only one title that should be hot potato around in this company.
IC title, US title even.
US title.
Yeah, even the IC title to an extent. Like, especially if you guys like 3 or 4 guys going for it, it can be interesting, like hot potatoing between them.
Doing like a Rusev title reign and then like a Ethan Page title reign or something like that.
And then you ended like on a fatal 4-way type shit, and then it's like everyone had the title at least once,
And this is like, you know what? I can't believe I keep saying this, but because I'm just like I make myself cry, especially now because I'm 21. But I miss the good old days when we had these titles as a kid. I miss even fucking like 2024, even 2023, 2020, some middle of 2022 WWE. I will forever say, once Triple H took over from Vince until Rumble, maybe Chamber, I will forever say from, what was it, SummerSlam 2022 was when he took over. From SummerSlam 2022 to Elimination Chamber 2025, Triple H knew the fuck he was doing. Granted, I will say, did he have his problems? Of course he has his problem. Every good booker has his problems. But ever since TKO took over, this company has been a mess. I don't know why. Why are we fucking doing this? Why is TKO just puppeteering, saying, "Oh, we want this done"? Hey, granted, we finally have Sammy win the title. Nope, have him fucking lose the title. Oh, you have the Street Profits finally win their title, and we're gonna have a legendary tag team. No, back on the division. Like, are we fucking serious? If this comes down,
for real, man.
If on Friday, and I'm saying this right now, Rob, I'm sorry to cut you off. If on Friday where we have War Raiders, who are the AAA tag team champions, by the way, versus Damian Priest and R-Truth in a unification match for both titles, I'm walking out of this company. I love Damian Priest and I love R-Truth, but give the War Raiders these titles.
I'll be honest, I didn't even know there was a match happening for the unification. I did not know that. That's how like disconnected I am.
I saw it from, I think I was just scrolling on Instagram like on Friday, and I saw it. I was like, oh shit, all right, cool. But if R-Truth and Priest win it, and again, this is not me coming after R-Truth or Priest. I like Priest. You know how much I like Priest, and I adore Truth. Truth's been one of my favorite guys. It has been one of the best since I was a kid. But there's no purpose. There's no benefit to this. The tag division is dead.
It's been dead. It's been dead for years, and it's not. It's been dead since. And I hate saying this, and I really hate saying this. It's been dead since the Judgment Day lost the titles. Well,
What, WrestleMania?
When Priest and Finn lost the title. After they picked it up from Sammy and
40.
Not from Sammy, from Jay and Cody. When they picked that back up, from that moment on, the tag division just died.
The only glimmer of hope that we saw in the tag division was just SmackDown last year. That was really the only glimmer of hope we saw from a tag division. You know,
and then they saw people were enjoying it too much, and they were like, no, kill it. They're having too much fun.
That's DKO for you. We're gonna give them a good time.
You know what? No, because I saw that video of Triple H shaking Sammy's hand and being like, "Oh yeah, congratulations." He was not happy. He did not want to give him that title. So this is a Triple H thing. We can say TKO. They don't see him as like a viable money income thing, but I'm like, no. The Triple H didn't want to give him the title either. So I'm blaming both for this. I hate both. Send both to Jupiter.
I just really want, and I just every time I say every time we say it, Rob, it goes further and further from ever happening. I just want my company back.
Good luck on that. That's not happening anytime soon.
It's just I hate watching. I wouldn't say I hate watching the product because there are some things I like from watching this product, but the product is just not enjoyable. It's not what it was. It's not that little period of time in 2025 where Raw and SmackDown were both somewhat palatable. It's not 2024 Raw or SmackDown, not even 2023 Raw or SmackDown. It's not even 2020, late 2021, early to mid 2022 Raw. It's not late 2020, late 2021 or mid 2021 SmackDown. It's just the company is not enjoyable to watch right now. And we've said multiple times that it's close to being the period that we're back in 2019.
I think we're already past 2019.
You think we're worse than 2019? 2026 worse?
Yeah. I would argue we're worse than 2019 for the sole reason that we have so many good elements that make us significantly better, that should make us significantly better than 2019. But we do so much bullshit that is just so unimaginably frustrating. So it's like, for me, it's worse than 2019 because 2019 we had no one. We had Baron Corbin, and I love Baron Corbin. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, by the way, Baron Corbin is supposed to be returning to WWE. Very happy about that.
Anyways, so we had Baron Corbin back in 2019. No, yeah, but I love Baron Corbin. I was kind of upset when they released him, but it's whatever.
He's a good, and I believe he's like one of the like just a safe talent to work with in the ring.
He had his run with Braun Breaker with the NXT titles when they were like working it back there, and Baron Corbin helped Braun Breaker a lot. It's just so frustrating they never gave that tag team, or at least Baron Corbin, his flowers and gave him like a decent run on the main roster. So it's whatever. He comes back. He's going to be in the mid card, and we just move on.
Yeah. Let's see. What else was? And then there was another main roster thing I wanted to fucking say. I don't remember what I want.
I want to mention Io Sky's character, which I find very frustrating to watch. Like I love her to death. She's one of the best wrestlers, period, in the world. But the way her character is being handled, I just don't like it. I sincerely don't like it. I want her to have a bit of an edge. I want her to be the Io Sky from NXT or from her early times on the main roster with Bailey and Dakota Kai and Kairi Sane.
I will say,
It's just this character feels not good to me.
I remember what I was going to say now, which ties into Io. Rhea Ripley's hurt with her injury, and the plan for SummerSlam is to do Rhea versus JC. Only problem is I don't know if we're going to do that because I don't know how long Rhea is out for.
Apparently, she's out for at least past SummerSlam, so they should make her drop the title. Isn't that just the smart move to do? Have
No,
JC beat someone else to win the title if you don't want her to beat Rhea.
watch they're going to give it like fucking to Jade again. If Rhea like vacates the title, they're going to give it back to Jade.
Just nuke this company, man. Just fucking nuke it. Like it's done.
Anyways,
there's nothing to sink your teeth into. We're done.
Yeah, like I said, I've been saying this for a while now. The only good parts to watch WWE now is NXT and AAA. Other than that, there is nothing enjoyable to watch about this company.
Please let's not associate AAA to WWE. They
Let's
do
just
not deserve
you know
that.
what? No, fuck that. Let's not even associate NXT to WWE.
It's embarrassing how bad this is.
The fact Shawn Michaels is doing a better job than Triple H, which I mean, then again, Shawn Michaels is the better wrestler than Triple H.
Even Undertaker's doing better.
I just what happened to the company we love?
Damn, Hunter, they snatch your chain. What you gonna do about it?
But it's like, listen, like I'm looking at the highlights. Like we had fucking NXT. Yeah, we have all this NXT shit happen. Like we have Kalani. Right? Do we have Kalani? Oh no, fucking Kalani Jordan and Lola Vice, and there was one other wrestler. Let me look at. I forgot what the card is for NXT next week. Let's see. What's it? Today's in. So that's the 7th, and then so the 14th. So July 14th is what we need for NXT. Yes. Yeah. So I'm looking at next week's NXT, and next week's NXT, we got Vandy Project versus Shawn Legacy and Dorian Van Du for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Naraku versus Tate Wilder. NXT Women's North American Championship match with Zarya defending against Layla Diggs, and then Lola Vice versus Kalani Jordan versus Callie Armstrong in a number one contenders match for the NXT Women's Championship. Like this is equally as better. And then on top of that too, I'm gonna butcher. I forgot his name. Takahashi or Tamahashi, Hiroshi. I can't remember his name right now. If there's another Japanese like New Japan Pro wrestler that is being looked at by WWE, I just can't remember his name right now. And this is actually killing me. Is it Tashima? Maybe. No.
WWE is going for a Japanese wrestler.
Yeah, I just can't remember his name. Yeah, I know another wrestler they were looking at was Richard Holiday. And Richard Holiday is a good fucking wrestler. They're also looking at an Australian tag team as well. I forgot their name. This is actually like annoying me. Give me some. Yeah, Baron Corbin. There's a bit, and then Eric Young. So Eric Young's supposed to be coming back to WWE, but he's going to be in the. But no. He's going to be in a like Sean Spears type role where he's like a producer / coach.
I guess. Sure.
Let's see here. Mike Santana coming back. Okay, it's the Dropouts. That's the Australian tag team I was thinking of. They're reportedly joining WWE, and then Richard Holiday has been looked at by WWE, and then the Japanese wrestler I was talking about, Rob, is Hiromu Takahashi. That's who it is.
Oh, okay. Takahashi's going to WWE. Oh, poor guy. Poor dude.
Oh, poor guy.
I feel bad for him.
I think he's gonna take the evil approach. He's gonna be put in NXT first.
They're gonna do the racist route of making every Japanese wrestler spit mist and not be able to speak English, even though they're pretty good at it. So like
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I heard Naraku speak English, I was like, damn, he actually speaks really good English.
most of the Japanese wrestlers in WWE speak decent English. They
Yeah,
can actually cut a promo in English if they wanted to.
I'm
It's just
sorry.
the federation is very racist, and they try to make their Japanese wrestlers very Japanese, even
I'm
though
sorry. I'm sorry. Every time I think of Japanese wrestling, Japanese wrestlers, I always think of, and I will forever sit here and say that he is better. But we'll get that in. Actually, no, not. Let's tie it into now. AEW. My boy Kyle Fletcher won the AEW International Championship. I'm so happy. Kyle Fletcher is one of my favorite wrestlers in AEW. He's actually one of my favorite wrestlers right now. I just absolutely love
he's the
Kyle
future. He is
Fletcher.
so good.
And Kenny Omega.
Kenneth,
I
Kenneth,
said what I said. I take it back. I
yeah,
still think
apologize on live right now.
I'm sorry, Kenny. I still think you're a tad bit overrated. I think you're the greatest wrestler in the world. I'm gonna say this right now. No, no, no. I don't think he's the best wrestler in the world. I think that what's his face is better. Why am I forgetting his name?
Hmm. Osprey.
I think Osprey is better than him, but I think there's two other guys I think that are better than Kenny. Osprey and why? Oh my gosh, why can I not remember his name? Oh no, Okada.
Okada.
I think Osprey and Okada are better than Kenny. And I've always said Osprey and Okada are better than Kenny.
You didn't see Kenny in his prime. That's the thing.
I've seen clips of Kenny in his prime, but not like growing up.
It's like AJ. A lot of people haven't seen them in their primes. So
Okay,
it's like
AJ I watch in his prime, and I will say AJ in his prime.
that's what I'm saying. Like AJ in his prime, Kenny in his prime. Well, I
John
guess Osprey's currently in his prime.
John in his prime.
As much as I love John, John is not one of the greatest wrestlers. He is a great character, but in terms of like pure wrestling, he's nowhere near.
No, what was I gonna say now? But yeah, Kenny, congratulations. But guess what, bitch? I think the other best wrestler in the world is dethroning you at All In.
They should do a thing where it becomes a triple threat with MJF somehow managing to finagle his way into it. It would be so good.
I could see that, but I dead ass do think that I think MJF should take a vacation. As much as I love the guy, I think he deserves some time off.
He did take a time off. Let him work. The fuck.
That's true. That's true. Maybe they want fucking him to go into. Maybe they want him to throw in Ricochet for the fucking AW. What is it? National Championship or whatever the fuck it's called.
I think it's national championship. Yeah.
Tommaso Ciampa versus Jericho was surprisingly fun last night. I saw a little bit of that match. That match was actually surprisingly really fun.
Because Tommaso Ciampa is a great wrestler, and WWE doesn't recognize that, so they got rid of him. So now Johnny Gargano, like
NXT Tommaso, his prime. That was actually Tommaso's prime. So it's like
Tommaso could have been such a good mid card champion on the main roster. It's just again,
it's so funny with that because like I was watching Tommaso, which one? I was watching Tommaso Ciampa during when I was watching like 2022, like when Gunther was or not 2022, yeah, like 2022, 2023 before they did the whole DIY reunion. Tommaso wasn't a bad mid carder.
No, he was great. He was absolutely awesome. Just again, I always loved the guy. His character work has always been incredible. I think in the ring he's pretty good as well. Just again, WWE doesn't like talent, so.
But looking at the future for AEW, we have one match already confirmed for AEW Redemption from Montreal, Quebec, Canada in the Bell Center, July 26th, and we have Sorry, I had to do some math in my head really quickly. The only match we have confirmed right now is Tekla will be defending the AEW Women's Championship against Willow Nightingale. So that's pretty cool because I like Willow Nightingale a lot.
That is going to be such a good match. Oh my god, Willow's so good.
Even Tekla is pretty, and Tekla's young.
Yeah, Tekla's great.
Oh no, Tekla's 33. I thought Tekla was younger.
It's young still. It's still young. It's younger than most champions in WWE.
Yeah, she is younger than most champions in WWE. And then All In, we only have just Kenny versus Will and Tekla versus Mercedes.
That show is going to be incredible. It is going to be so good.
What else was there? There was another wrestling thing I wanted to talk about. Nick Nemeth with TNA. I mean, just defending his title every week. Like tonight, this Thursday, the 9th, I think he's defending against Jeff Hardy, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. I saw something like that.
And then here let's look at Cage Match because dude, I love Cage Match.
This match was
Ca-
good.
Cage Match is just a good website to look at if you want to know like history and shit. Yeah, we're 12 days into his second reign, and he just defended the title against, or there was a taping where he defended the title against Casey Navarro.
Hmm.
TNA, I think is like TNA's fine. I think TNA is not bad, but I wouldn't see him say that TNA is it's not prime TNA.
I haven't been following at all. I'll be honest. TNA, it's whatever. Like wrestling in general, I think I've like hit a bit of a dip where I just follow AEW and then WWE from afar. So,
Well, WWE, the only way you could be saved is if somehow Vince McMahon comes back just to fucking.
oh hell no, 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 no! Keep that man far away from this company. We are done with him.
We're not
We
done with him.
we are done with him. We do not want Vince McMahon back. Vince should not come back. Triple H should die. Stephanie should leave the company. TKO should leave the company.
Shane McMahon is gonna fucking buy the company.
Keep Shane McMahon far away from this company as well. Like this is done. WWE liquidated the whole thing. We're done. We have had a good run. We're good.
But now we're getting to the final segment of the day, and we have NBA talk. So the Los Angeles Clippers and Toronto Raptors trade around Kawhi Leonard will not be complete until the investigation into the Clippers. Now,
We're gonna run away, buddy. We got your ass.
wait, what'd you say?
We got your ass, buddy.
Who?
The CIA, the FBI, they said, nah, buddy, you staying here.
Wait, who's ass? Kawhi?
We got Kawhi, man. He thought he was gonna flee the country. Not happening, buddy. He is staying here until this shit is done. Yeah. I don't know where you're at. I don't know what you look like.
Anyways, Rob, what do we have to say though on the whole Kawhi situation?
Outside of the jokes, it's a bit annoying for Toronto because I was like looking at Toronto's roster, and if Kawhi went there, if they got a guard, like a decent guard, they would have been good. Like a good guard and a good center, they would have genuinely been so good. Because I don't hate Pearl, but it's like they can get someone better. It could genuinely be like a top 5, top 6 seed, and I'm like, yeah, that was an interesting team to watch. But
What the 2019, 18-19 Raptors?
yeah, this Raptors right now.
Oh, these Raptors. I thought you were talking about when Kawhi won the title.
No. Like right now, if you went there, I would have thought they would be like a top 5, top 6 seed if they got like a good guard and a better center.
Who's their center right now?
Pearl.
I mean, Pirtle's fine. He's not the best.
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying like if they got someone even better.
I definitely do think the Raptors, once everything does get settled, I see them as a top 3 team, top 4 team next season.
They needed Kawhi. They need to get a good guard. They need to get a better center, and then they can definitely be a sleeper pick forever. For anyone that wants to like think they're gonna go to the semis or to the finals even.
Jordan Clarkson has re-signed 1 year, $3.9 million to the Knicks.
I'm happy.
Brings the shooting back.
Good bench piece.
Good bench piece, very good bench piece. And again, works good with DeAndre Drummond as well. Now, yesterday when I saw this, Rob, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of was crying because I didn't even think this motherfucker still played. But Mo Bamba agreed to a 2-year deal to return to the Utah Jazz.
Anytime I think about Mo Bamba, I think about that meme with Wendy, and I think you know which one I'm talking about.
I do. Oh fuck! I just hit my head.
So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's Mo Bamba. He's going to the Warriors. Where is he going?
No, he returned to the Jazz.
Jazz. Okay. Who did the Warriors get? I think the Warriors got like some old dude.
No, I know I think they re-signed Horford, didn't they? And then they re-signed. Well, I know Quentin Post walked.
So they re-signed someone, and people were kind of saying like the retirement home or some shit. Like,
I think it was Draymond or Draymond.
Draymond left though. He's not coming back. I don't think so.
Well, no, he declined his player option because he's going to sign a new deal.
But the thing is, like, I think he declined the option because he thought like maybe LeBron was coming.
Maybe.
But I don't think LeBron's going to go to the Warriors, so it's a dumb move for him.
I mean, I know that LeBron is. Well, we'll get to LeBron in a minute because I want to talk about because I know the three teams LeBron are looking at is Miami, Cleveland, and Philadelphia. And I said
Yeah,
that if
yeah.
he goes to Philly, I'm not watching basketball this season.
I don't think he's going to go to Philly. I think he's going to maybe go to the Cavaliers again because of the. Give me 1 second. I'll be right.
All right. Well, while Rob is out, we also did see. I just passed. So, the Denver Nuggets waived veteran center Jonas Valanciunas. And there's been multiple teams that have been looking at Jonas Valanciunas. I do think that Jonas Valanciunas does come to the Knicks. I think he's a good backup. I think he's a good center to have for the team. I think he's a good backup center to have for the team. Good bench piece. Um, Rob just came back for a second, and then he disappeared. I think Valanciunas is a good piece to have on the Knicks for the bench. I think he's good to have. You need a good big man to help out, and I think Valanciunas is the best way. I'm not saying anything bad about Andre Drummond. I think Andre Drummond is just a great player, and he's a great bench piece to have. But I think with Valanciunas, I think Valanciunas brings more power per se, and Rob is back. Rob was
I'm
just
back.
saying
I'm
with the
back.
whole Jonas Valanciunas, I think that he should come to the Knicks. I think he'd be a good bench piece to have for the Knicks.
It's extra money that we don't really need to pay because where were we playing? We already got CAD, we got Drummond. Getting Valanciunas is just doing too much. I feel like it's not bad having extras, but at the same time, we're trying to like limit the cap space. We don't want to go into the second apron.
Who's the center in Brooklyn? I just thought about that.
They got rid of Claxton, so
Yeah, Nick is in Chicago.
it's going to be such a fun team next season.
I've been saying this. I've been saying it.
They're going to be fun mid, you know.
No, I think they'll be a fun team to watch.
Yeah, fun mid. Like they're not going to be good. They're going to be fun to watch at least.
Oh my gosh, who the fuck is not Daron Sharp?
Brooklyn Nets roster. Nets roster.
Oh yeah, it is Daron Sharp.
Oh God, that is awful.
It is Daron Sharp.
That is just awful.
Who else do they have as centers? Let me see here. Yeah, I know they got Keon Ellis. Yeah, Daron Sharp. No, Noah Clowney. Noah Clowney. I said Noah Clowney. Yeah, Noah Clowney. Yeah. I think Daron. Yeah, I think.
This team
Honestly,
is awful. This team is garbage.
Valanciunas wouldn't be a bad fit for Brooklyn. With the team, with their starting five, with Mikel Brown Jr., Randall, who else is on their fucking roster? MPJ. I think Valanciunas wouldn't be bad.
He would be a good pick. They would have 20 wins instead of having 15.
Oh yeah. Like that makes a fucking difference. I'm not a Brooklyn fan, but still.
So
I don't.
It's a whatever pick. You know?
I will forever say. There was a kid that I work with who I don't know if he still works there because I actually had not seen him in a long time, so I don't think he even works there anymore. There's a kid that I'm friends with at work who's a fucking Nets fan. He's the only Nets fan I know. I don't know anyone else who's a Nets fan. I know Philippe likes the Nets only when KD was on it because he's a KD fan. But I don't know anyone who's a Nets fan.
Like I'll go to a Nets game, but it's because it's cheap.
Yeah, I'll go watch him play the Knicks or like the Lakers or some shit.
I'll go watch him play the Nuggets every now and then. I'm like,
yeah.
Tickets are what, $20-$30? I'm like, yeah, sure, fucking send.
So now there was a 16th trade that had happened that Chris Middleton goes back to Washington to a 3-year, $17.6 million deal.
Washington is going to be interesting to watch next season.
I think Washington, who they got AD.
They got Trae Young.
Got
Middleton now. They got
Middleton. Nebraska. Who's the other guy they had?
They have a center as well that they brought. Ayton. They got Ayton.
Yeah, DeAndre Ayton.
I mean, Ayton's it's awful. He's an awful player. Don't get me wrong, but still,
they'll be interesting to watch. I definitely agree with that. But also part of that trade that actually sends D'Angelo Russell To the Memphis Grizzlies.
Sure. Sure. It's Russell.
Just remember what you did to Nick Young.
Oh, fucking hell, man.
Kevon Looney agreed to a 1-year, $3.9 million deal with the Lakers. Nice little bench piece for them.
Damn, Washington's playing right now. God damn it.
Karis LeVert is going to the Milwaukee Bucks for Taurean Prince and Gary Harris. I don't know why the Pistons are acquiring fucking Taurean Prince, but sure, okay.
My thing with the Pistons is the way I'm seeing them trade, they're not trying to change too much. They're just trying to change enough and hoping for Cade and all the other young guys to kind of like get better, which is not stupid to think because you just won 60 games. No one expected them to win 60 games, to be fair. And you're going into this like, hey, we can do something again. So let's just bring like extra pieces rather than just like blow up the whole roster. So I'm not mad at them for bringing like guys like Torian Prince and whatnot, but
it's a bench piece. They're bench pieces.
They're bench pieces. They brought in a lot of bench pieces, some more reliable guys. So who knows? They can be interesting again. Maybe another 60-game win season. Maybe not.
I will say right now, I don't see them as the one.
Oh no, they're definitely not one. No,
I think New York takes the one. I think it's New York.
I think we're better positioned than anyone else.
I think New York. I said it the last time. I think New York takes the one. I could see maybe Cleveland or Boston take the two. I would say if Boston, either or Cleveland or Boston takes the two, and then whoever takes the two between the two of them gets the three. I see the Pistons being maybe a 4 or 5 team.
I'm not mad at that.
Because I think Toronto can definitely be better this season.
They could have been better with Kawhi. I'll still stand on that.
Well,
now I kind of dropped them back to like a 7 or 8 seed.
Now, with tying in with actually the East and going to the LeBron situation, if LeBron comes to Miami, you have him.
He's not going to Miami.
I'm just saying, hypothetically saying, if he does, all right? I don't know why I said it like that, but I'm hypothetically saying if he does, do we see him going to do we see Miami being a 6 or even the 5?
If LeBron
or does my friend Manny, shout out Manny, decide because he's a big Miami fan, think they take the one, which I don't think they'll take the one, but
absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I think Miami, if they can get LeBron on a veteran minimum and they get like a bit more cap space and bring in like extra dudes to help out, top 4 possible. Yeah, they can do it. It would be interesting to see. Because there's one guy that's still available that no one really talks about because no one really cares. Kuminga is still available.
Oh, the cum bucket. I forgot the cum bucket is still fucking available.
So he's available still. And I think what's going to happen is him and LeBron are going to go to Cleveland together. People are saying, oh, this is going to be scary. But my question is, scary for who?
Yeah, James Harden, Donovan Mitchell. Which speaking of Donovan Mitchell, which actually
Donovan Mitchell. Oh, let's mention that. Let's actually mention that. That would be so
4-year, 273 million.
5 years. 5 years, 300 something. A part of me feels like, hey, shout out him. He's getting his money.
My man got paid.
He's getting paid. Why am I going to be pissed at someone that wants to get paid? But at the same time, is it a horrible trade? A horrible contract? Absolutely. But I kind of understand it because you're really banking on the fact that Mobley and Jared Allen step up their games.
Now, that was something I'm surprised with Jared Allen is that he didn't get traded yet. Now, I'm saying yet because I think there's still time for that to happen.
You can't have 2, 3 guys on possible max contracts on the same team. It's a nightmare to have.
Also, I do want to mention a really quick thing. 15 years ago, on my birthday, LeBron James did announce that he was going to take his house to South Beach. I was kind of hoping that yesterday he did announce something, and I was very upset he didn't. I'm not going to lie. I was 6 when he announced he was going to Miami, and then now I'm 21 with him not announcing anything, so I'm very upset.
I think he's still going to Cleveland.
I think
Just like the honeymoon.
Cleveland is the more realistic option.
The realistic option would possibly be uh, Philly, but leaving Philly, leaving Lakers to go to Philly is kind of like leaving your Bugatti to go to fucking Honda Civic. So it's like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know why the fuck we're even entertaining the idea of him going to Philly.
It would be dumb because you left Luca and Austin Reeves, and you're going to Embiid and Jalen Brown and Maxi. Oh yeah,
And Edgecombe, yeah.
and Edgecombe, something like that. Well, it's whatever.
The next thing we have here is the Kings waiving DeMar DeRozan. Now, I'm surprised they waived him because I thought they were actually going to trade him.
The Clippers are itching to get him.
Really? Wait, what?
They're itching to get him. Like, I know the Clippers want him.
I would just say fuck it. Put DeMar back in fucking Toronto.
You know what? I think DeMar should probably retire.
He's 36.
He doesn't offer much. I'll be honest. He's a whatever guy. He's like Levine.
Which now going to the Clippers actually. Rui Hachimura signed a 2-year, $28 million deal with the Clippers.
Clippers are going to be interesting. They're not going to be good, but
I'm upset because I had Rui going to Minnesota. I think Rui in Minnesota was just a good fit for him.
It was the logical place to go, but with the potential of LeBron going to Minnesota, I don't think he wanted to maybe be a second option there. It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, at least he goes to the Clippers, he stays in LA. He goes to a team that has potential to be something in a couple of years. Who knows? And maybe he can be the guy that leads them to something. Or he's going to be their Julius Randle and they trade him and they become something.
I don't know. I mean, now, did we talk about the DeAndre Ayton trade last week or no?
It happened after we talked about it, I think. It happened sometime this week.
All right. Well, it happened 6 days ago, so I'm trying to do the math in my head.
No, we didn't talk about it.
We didn't talk about it. So we mentioned DeAndre Ayton. So Lakers traded DeAndre Ayton to Washington for Jaden Hardy and 2 Wizards second-round picks in 2031 and 32. I mean, it's whatever.
Ayton's not good. He hasn't been good in years. He can be good, but he can be good like for 10 games in an 82 game season.
Watch, Washington's gonna fucking reinvent Ayton's career.
Oh, buddy.
Listen, it happened to no, we say it, but it happened to Russ. I don't want to hear it.
It's not the same situation.
It's not.
Because Russ is Russ and Ayton is Ayton. So I'm like.
Now, speaking of the Wizards, and this is what I'm very upset about. Patrick Ewing agreed to become an assistant coach for the Washington Wizards.
I keep saying Wizards are looking interesting next season.
I'm upset. He's not on the Knicks. He's not with the Knicks. He should be with the Knicks, I think.
I think the Knicks are going to be in a situation where a lot of like minor things are changing. So that's why like we're possibly not going to run it back. If it stayed the same, we could definitely run it back. But these little small changes, they're bad. Like the fact that we lost Mitch, that is so annoying. Like genuinely annoying to me. So I don't know what's going to happen next season when it comes to the Knicks. I see us definitely like in the top 3 situation in the East. Maybe a deep playoff run, but I don't know if we actually go to the playoffs.
Did we go to the finals?
The finals, but
I will say, and I don't care if this comes across wrong again to anybody, just the fact we made the finals and won it this year, I'd be fine if we don't make it next year.
Well, I do want to go back.
No, I do want to go back. Don't get me wrong, but I'll be fine if we don't. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I think, and again, it comes back to the whole point that I made when the Knicks first won. It comes back to when the Knicks first won, where I said I love how every year in the 2020s we've had a different NBA champion because of the different versatility and play styles and playmaking each team has to them. LeBron and the Lakers in 2020, Giannis and the Bucks in 21, Steph and the Warriors in 22, Jokic and the Nuggets in 23, Tatum and the Celtics in 24. Last year with SGA and Oklahoma, then this year with Brunson and the Knicks. I love because you see different versatility and playmaking style with playmaking and play styles in every team. That's why I think next year you could see like Wemby win. You could see the Spurs win. You could see I'm trying to think who's another like top projected team next season. You could see Cleveland win. You could see like Miami win. That's what I'm taking different possibilities. That's what I like about the 2020 so far. And again, I'm not disrespecting the past decades. I'm not disrespecting Jordan and the Bulls 6 rings. I'm not disrespecting Kobe and Shaq's three-peat in the early 2000s. I'm not disrespecting LeBron's LeBron's win with the back-to-back wins with the Heat and Steph's back-to-back wins with the Warriors. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I'm not disrespecting San Antonio and Tim Duncan. Not saying that whatsoever. It's just as much as I love those teams, I feel like at the same time that the NBA every season becomes different and the whole landscape changes in a sense. So that's why I'm saying that's why I said I think this is the first time in a while where I think that granted the East is definitely weaker than the West, but I do think that at the same time you could see the East and the West kind of be not neck and neck but close to each other.
The NBA is going to be very interesting for the next couple of years. I'll give you that, like genuinely. I think we've had, as much as I hate Adam Silver and he can go fuck himself. I think in terms of basketball, like pure basketball, we've had like some of the best seasons of basketball ever.
I think
from what I've watched since I was a kid. So
I mean 2016, 2026.
I think we're at a better peak. Even though there's a lot of bullshit happening right now, I think basketball is the funnest it's been in a while.
And mind you, like I always liked basketball growing up. I really did, but my favorite sport was always football. It wasn't until very recently, it wasn't until at least a couple of years ago that basketball became my favorite sport. And it's for good reason because you get to see so many different talents, and the playmaking styles just mash well with everything going on. That's why I said I kind of hope that the 2020s continues the whole like different champions in every year because of how different each team is. I'll take for example, and you can help me out here too, Rob. We'll compare the Knicks this season, right? The Knicks finals run this season to, I'm just gonna say random. I'm gonna say the Bucks in 2021. Two different playoff experiences, two different playoff landscapes, two different teams with their playmakings and styles.
And each year, the final four are always different, which gives everyone the opportunity to play each other.
Which actually, now you actually give me something because I actually want to look into. Because okay, let's do 2020. What was it? 2020 NBA final. Because I do want to see something here. So of course, so it was Los Angeles and Miami. So the Celtics and the Nuggets. I think the only difference here is that you see a lot of teams just kind of just being reused in a sense, where the Celtics and the the Celtics were in the 2020 Eastern finals, ECF, where they were defeated by the Heat, and then they beat Miami in DCF in 2022, and then they went to they lost to the Heat in 2023. Then they went to the finals and won the finals in 2024. But you see a lot of teams definitely being reused for the Final Four. But I'm saying, overall wise, you get to see different champions. And who knows? We're saying so much shit about Washington. Washington definitely Washington could win the ring. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like I'm
I
saying that
think
as a
Washington in a couple of years they definitely can,
give them.
especially
I
because
think
the
they need
whole
to.
like the whole salary cap things are going to be different. So they might have potential to bring like even bigger guys, give bigger contracts, make guys really commit to the project. And 2 or 3 years, bro, they can suddenly be the number one seed. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, Washington needs that time to develop, and I definitely do think that's what a lot of these teams need. They definitely need the time to develop, and I think that this season, and again, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm a Spurs fan. Granted, I like the Spurs as a kid because because Tim Duncan's always going to be one of my favorite players. I always I always liked and respected the Spurs organization, and I think with their current team now, and you've seen the development process, and you've seen how they were this season, how dominant they were. I can definitely see the Spurs winning next season.
I think next season Spurs definitely.
I definitely see the Spurs winning
I
next season.
think they're the favorites, if not OKC, but I don't think OKC is going to run them back again.
I think
Um,
OKC. I think OKC is still going to be good. I don't think they're going to run it back though. I agree with that.
OKC is definitely going to be number one seed, number one or at worst number two.
I think they're.
Uh,
I think that the Spurs are going to get the one.
and then I'd see maybe guys like the Nuggets and some Timberwolves like 3, 4.
I'll say
Lakers number 5 because Lakers need that a year to kind of like mesh together before they can actually
uh,
like be a good competitive team.
what, the white boy team,
The Snow Time Lakers, man.
the Snow Bunny Lake.
The Snow Bunny Lakers.
I'm saying that is Rob's fucking crying.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
it's going to be a fun season of NBA. I think this offseason has been generational. We've enjoyed it and we've hated it. So it's like, I want to see what happens next season. I'm seeing like AJ DeBosta going crazy right now in this game, and Dom is keeping me hostage here. So
I'm
I think we
sorry.
call. I think we call it for tonight. I got to go watch some hoops.
I'm sorry. It's just
I want to go see our number one pick. Well, the number one overall pick. Go
I'm
crazy.
sorry. I'm sorry. I was just gonna pull up something really quickly before we get off. I think next season, I think the East is gonna be Knicks at the 1. I'll put Celtics at the 2, Cleveland at the 3, Pistons at the 4, Toronto. I'm gonna keep Toronto at the 5, and then I could see the 76ers at the 6. If not them, then either Miami or Orlando.
I did not even think about Orlando once. I have no idea what's going to happen with them.
As for the Coleman's account, as for the West, I think it goes Spurs at the 1, Thunder at the 2, Nuggets at the 3, Timberwolves at the 4, Lakers at the 5. The 6 is a toss up. It could go to the Rockets, depending what their situation is. It could go to the Suns, depending what their situation is. Could go to the honestly, hot take. I think, or not. I'm not even gonna say hot take anymore because anytime I say hot take, people say this was an ice cold take. Shut the fuck up. I think my take. I think Portland gets the 6.
I think Portland finished 12th, bro.
With
With
John Moran.
Ja Morant and Damian Lillard led team, yeah, bro. It's rough stuff.
No, realistically, I think Portland could be a 6. I think, if anything, I think the teams that I think the next season it's going to be basically the West is going to be the same. You just have the Spurs at the 1 and the Thunder at the 2. Keep the Nuggets at the 3. Put the Wolves at the 4, the Lakers at the 5, and then the Rockets at the 6. I think that's what next season will look like.
I'm going Spurs or OKC 1 or 2. They can intertwine. 3, 4 is going to be Nuggets or Timberwolves, or you know what? Even a crazy take. I think the Lakers possibly if they manage to figure it out early on. And then the rest is whoever is not terrible.
Okay, that's fair. Anyways, now we will start wrapping up. Now we will wrap up. It was unfortunate again, Cam could not come on, so just edit right here. Me and Rob tagging in Cam's Instagram, Pro God Cam.
I'll try if I remember.
um, go follow me on TikTok, D_Romano05, and also go follow me on Instagram, Dominic Romano8. Go follow the Unguided Punks YouTube and Instagram. Rob, where can everybody find you?
Y'all can find me at rob.oued on Instagram. I am currently rewriting one of my longer script, so I'm definitely gonna start shooting that soon. Maybe next week I'm not gonna be here. Who knows? I'm joking. I will be here. Don't worry. Don't stress. And
Um,
yeah, I think that's everything for me.
all right. This has been today's episode on Guy Punks. We'll see you guys next week. Rob, before we get off, I do need to talk to you about something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So before we get off, we will see you guys next week. Go check out episode 3 of Unguided Punks. Go check out Pam's beautiful face right here.
Right here. There we go.
And go check out this episode of Unguided Punks when we drop it next week. And then for the foreseeable future, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.